My name is Jessica. I'm 27 years old, and life hasn't been easy. My mother is very sick and needs special care that costs a lot of money. To pay for it, I work 2 jobs every single day. I'm always tired. My days feel long and heavy. One evening, my friend took me to a party. It was in a beautiful house, big, bright, and full of rich people. I felt out of place there. Everyone looked perfect and expensive. Then, I saw Mr. Brown Harper. He wore a dark suit that looked like it cost more than my whole year's salary. He watched me quietly from across the room. I didn't know why someone like him would even notice me. When the party ended, it was late and raining outside. As I waited for a taxi, Mr. Brown walked up to me. "Do you need a ride home?" he asked. I was surprised, but it was raining hard, so I said yes. His car was beautiful, soft leather seats, the smell of money everywhere. As he drove, he asked, "Are you hungry?" Before I could answer, he stopped at a fancy restaurant. I had never been to a place like that before. My hands were shaking a little as we sat down. He didn't talk much, but his eyes stayed on me the whole time. After we ate, he said something that changed my life. "Jessica," he said in his calm, cold voice, "I can see your life is not easy. I am a rich man, but I have no family. Sometimes, I want someone around me. I can take care of you. You will not need to work 2 jobs anymore. Your mother can have the best doctors. You will have everything you need. Will you accept my help?" His words shocked me. A part of me wanted to say no. It felt strange, like a dream that could turn into a nightmare. But then I thought of my mother. Of her pain. Of the bills I couldn't pay. He was offering me a new life, one that could save her. I looked at him. He didn't smile. He just waited. And I said yes. From that moment, everything changed. Yesterday, I was a tired girl working 2 jobs. Today, I was living in a world of money and luxury. Mr. Brown took me to places I had only seen in magazines. We flew on private planes, stayed in beautiful hotels, and he bought me clothes, shoes, and diamonds. Then one evening, he told me the rules. "Jessica," he said, "I want company, not love. Be loyal. Don't ask about my business. My work is not for you to know." He gave me a paper, a contract. It said I would live with him and be his companion. In return, he would give me a lot of money every month. It also said I must never talk about our life to anyone. I signed it. My hands were shaking. It felt like I was selling myself, but I told myself it was for my mother, for her health, for our future. Life with Mr. Brown was strange. He was quiet, but sometimes kind. I began to feel something for him, though I didn't understand what it was. His house was big and beautiful, yet it felt like a prison. I had everything, but I didn't feel free. One day, I went into his study. On his desk, I saw a photo of a beautiful woman. Who was she? I wondered. When I asked him, his face turned cold. "It's nothing," he said, and quickly locked the photo away in a drawer. That moment made my heart feel heavy. What was he hiding? The housekeeper, Mrs. Joseph, had worked for him for years. One afternoon, when we were alone in the kitchen, she looked at me and whispered, "Be careful, Miss Jessica. Mr. Brown has many secrets." Things are not always what they seem." Her words filled me with fear. What secrets was he hiding from me? That night, Mr. Brown came to me. His face was serious. "Jessica," he said, "I need to ask you something important." My heart started to beat fast. "What is it?" I asked. "I need to get married," he said. "Married? To me?" I whispered, shocked. He nodded slightly. "Yes. But it's not a real marriage. It's only for business. I need a wife on paper for a new deal. It will help my company." I couldn't speak. My world stopped again. "Nothing between us will change," Mr. Brown said. "You will still live here. I will still give you money. You will be my wife only in name. It is not for love, only for business. Will you do this for me, for us?" His voice was calm, but his eyes were cold. It felt strange. It didn't feel like love at all. Still, I said yes. The wedding was small, just the two of us, a lawyer and Mrs. Joseph. I wore a beautiful white dress, but I didn't feel like a bride. There were no flowers, no music, and no joy. It felt like signing another contract that would tie me to him even more. That day, I became Mrs. Harper. After the wedding, my life changed again, but not in the way I hoped. We went to rich parties and business dinners. Everyone looked at us, the young wife and the powerful man. People smiled at me, but I could feel their judgment. Inside, I felt empty and lonely. I was a wife, but only on paper. One afternoon, I took lunch to Mr. Brown's office. As I walked down the hall, I heard a loud voice. A woman was shouting inside his office. "He promised me," she screamed. "He promised to marry me." I froze. My hands started to shake. Then I saw her, a woman with red eyes and anger on her face. "You," she shouted when she saw me. "You took my life." He was with me for years. He said he would marry me. But then you came, and he left me. Her name was Ava. My heart broke. Mr. Brown had told me our marriage was only for business. But this woman, she believed he loved her. So what was the truth? That night, when Mr. Brown came home, he acted as if nothing had happened. He said nothing about Ava. I pretended to smile, but inside I was falling apart. Later, I saw his phone. There were messages from other women, "Thinking of you, call me." My chest felt heavy. He was still seeing other women, even after the marriage. I realized I was living in lies. I couldn't live like that anymore. I needed to know the truth about Mr. Brown, who he really was. So, I hired a private investigator. He was a quiet man who found people's secrets. I paid him a lot of money that came from Mr. Brown himself. A few weeks later, the investigator called me. "Mrs. Harper," he said, "your husband's business is not clean. He makes money through bad deals. He hides it under different company names. And he uses women to cover his crimes." My blood ran cold. Then he told me something even more shocking. "Because of your marriage papers, one of his biggest companies is in your name. It's legally yours. He cannot take it back without your permission." I couldn't believe it. Mr. Brown, the man who thought I was weak, had given me real power without knowing it. He used me, but now his mistake gave me a way out. From that day, I changed. In public, I smiled and played the role of the perfect wife. I held his arm at parties. I looked happy and in love. Mr. Brown liked that. He thought I was under his control. But when I was alone, I studied everything, his papers, his companies, his secrets. I wasn't a quiet, scared woman anymore. I was learning. I was preparing. A year passed. It was our first wedding anniversary. Mr. Brown came home with flowers. "Happy anniversary, Jessica," he said. I looked at him, calm and strong. "Brown," I said, calling him by his first name for the first time. He looked surprised. "I know," I said quietly. "You know what?" he asked. "I know about Ava. I know about the other women. I know about your dirty business. And I know about the company you put in my name. The law says it's mine." His face turned red with anger. "How do you know this?" he shouted. I opened my bag and placed papers on the table. "These are divorce papers," I said. "I'm leaving you. And I'm keeping the company." "You can't do this," he yelled. "You are nothing. I gave you everything." "You gave me money," I said softly. "And I used that money to learn. To grow. To become strong." He stared at me in silence. He knew I was right. The company was legally mine. He couldn't touch it. I didn't say another word. I turned, walked out of the big house, and never looked back. I left behind the clothes, the diamonds, the cars, everything he gave me. I didn't need his world anymore. I was free. The company was mine. And for the first time in my life, I felt powerful. It was the last day of my life with him. And the first day of my new life. Lesson: if someone tries to use you, don't lose hope. Learn. Grow. Stay calm. Believe in yourself. You can take back control of your life. You can start again and build something better. If you like this story, please like, comment, share, and subscribe for more English stories.